if you come to Japan, you need to know about these two social forms. Hello, my name is Arthur and I live in Japan. So let's talk about Japan. And I changed the location here in my apartment because I don't like the lighting over there. So kind of switched near to the windows. And yeah, I kind of want to move. I'll probably make a video about that because it's not so easy in Japan. But yeah, if you want to help me, I created a Patreon so I can make even more high value videos for you. But let's dive into today's topic, right? In Japan, in society, there is a split between what you think and what you publicly express, right? What you think is called honne. What you publicly express is called tatemae. So these two things are like two social norms that are very common, very normal in Japan. When I think about it, I always want to compare it to the customer service in America. So when you go to a restaurant, the waiter or waitress will always be like, "Oh, hey, my name is Arthur. I'll be taking care of you tonight. If you need anything, let me know," and so on, right? It's this very nice way of speaking to you and managing that situation, right? So I don't know if it's kind of the same, but I always feel like it's similar to that. So that's like the facade, right? This nice facade that we also in Germany, we think Americans are like that. They have this nice facade, but they stab you in the back, kind of. um, and in Japan, maybe like experiencing honne is something that needs a lot of time. Maybe your friends will be like that. But in business situations and casual situations, or maybe like casual, I don't know. But if you go out and about to places, you probably notice more tatemae than honne. And by all means, it's not lying to you. It's just a type of or kind of like a management of social situations, social friction. All right. Japan is all about harmony, right? So they want to avoid social friction, which is okay. And the Japanese society is very dense. It's very long-term based. It's very relationship heavy, right? So that's why you want to keep up the good vibes, I guess, right? And Tatemae keeps things smooth. It keeps harmony. It avoids maybe unnecessary conflicts, right? But then again, in business situations, especially if it's like international business, it might create some misunderstandings, right? So you might hear things like, "I'll think about it," which basically means no. You might hear things like, "Oh, that might be difficult." That means no. If you hear like maybe polite agreement, that usually means acknowledgement, but not necessarily consent, right? So that's a little bit different. Now, the thing is, everyone in Japan knows this game. It's kind of like a social contract, if you will, right? And it doesn't really follow Western logic. So, I mean, I mentioned that in one of my videos before where I was talking about conversation and direct and indirect. It's about, reading the room, the tone, the context, the timing. I mentioned before that Japan is a very high context language, so you need to know all these things to fully understand sometimes. And in Germany, on the other hand, very different. If you're direct, that brings value. If you're honest, that creates respect. If you speak the uncomfortable truth, that's efficient. It's not rude, it's efficient. Right? So very often, and I mentioned that before, when Germans hear, if they know about this concept, when they hear the tatemae, they think, wow, it's fake. like the American waiter and waitresses. But when Japanese people hear blunt honesty, they often say, wow, that's so aggressive and direct and rude. And that's just not how they do it here. Like I said before, it does create some misunderstandings, especially coming from those two cultures. But if you live here, you have to adapt, and you will adapt a little bit. Depends how serious your goals and plans are. Um, but yeah, but I wonder what you think about that system or this concept of Honne and Tatemae. Do you think we Germans have that too? Do you think it's good? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, I hope this video was informative and gave you a little bit of an insight. And you will definitely notice this. But yeah, it doesn't mean someone is lying to you, right? It's just the way it is in Japan. So it's up to each and everyone to make the best of it. All right. That's it for today's video. I hope you had a good time, and I'll see you in the next video. So stay tuned. Bye bye.